Please rise. Please be seated. Dear friends, dear family, we're gathered here together today in our finest garments, offering flowers and music, and offering our hearts and minds and attention to celebrate the wedding of two people who are dear to us. We're here to celebrate family and to celebrate love, things that remind us that the world is beautiful. 5 years ago, on this very day, two people met. It's a big deal, it happens every day, but some of us knew Waverly and some of us knew Sandy before they met. Now, think about that for a second and let it soak in a bit. And you might just find something choking you up the way it does me. If you knew one of these women before and after they met, and you've seen and you know, and even if you didn't know them before, that there's something amazing going on here. Whenever love happens, it takes us beyond words and even thoughts and into something powerful and mysterious, and beyond what the mind can keep up with. But nonetheless, our minds still try to come up with words for it. A lot of things get written, and a lot of things get said. Love is the answer. Love is all you need. Love is love. God is love. Love is patient. Love is kind. Does not envy. Does not boast. I sure can't argue with any of that. When my mind likes to think of love, the words it puts to it is that love is accepting all things everywhere just exactly as they are. And to be in love, to me, is to be in love with somebody means that when you're around one particular person, you can't help being in that state of acceptance. When you experience it, it's so strong, it's so stable compared to the rest of the world. And it's contagious, isn't it? When two people are that accepting of each other, loving each other in their world, we feel that grace and we become more accepting too. And that's the power of love. We're here to celebrate two hearts coming together to be one. Love reminds us that the world is beautiful, and that is what we're here for. These two are clearly here for that. And to that end, they have written their own vows. Waverly, you're first.
When I decided to approach you 5 years ago, I never would have guessed it would become the most influential and important decision I would ever make. But now that I'm with you, I can't imagine myself with anyone else. You make me believe in true love, and marrying you is the greatest anniversary present I could ever ask for. I promise you that I will do my best to be there for you when you need me, and to always be grateful for the times you lend your strength to me when I am weak. I promise to endow you with my loyalty, to encourage you to your dreams, and to continue to grow as a person with you as my inspiration. But most importantly, I promise to always love you with my heart and soul. From today onwards, let's have our happily ever after.
Waverly, for 5 years, as of today, you've been a part of my life. For 5 years, you've surprised me, brought joy into my life, and every day made me fall more in love with you. You are already my dear friend and partner, and today I take you, Waverly, to be my wife as well. I promise to respect you and support you, to look out for your needs as well as my own. I promise to listen to you with an open mind and an open heart, to allow what matters to you to matter to me as well. I promise to bring happiness to your life and to be with you through good times and bad. I give you my love and my friendship for as long as we exist.
Waverly and Sandy, you're about to do something special to symbolize your love for each other in place of exchanging rings. You are going to tie the knot, literally. But first, at your request, our dear friend Kathleen Bowes has contributed some text and a poem as follows. One of the first human inventions was probably twine. One of the second was probably a knot. In 1944, Clifford Ashley published a book of knots. It contained 3,854 different knots. It took him 11 years of work. Wikipedia does not say how many feet of rope. Side note, there is perhaps unsurprisingly an international guild of knot tiers. This guild does not seem to be well represented in the world of video games, but this oversight does not deter the IGKT from having symposiums in the UK, or autumn meetings in Finland, or from welcoming anyone with interests in knotting. Mr. Ashley's book includes a chapter on bends, which are knots used to join two lengths of rope. His knot number 1414 goes by many names, including, most importantly for today, the True Lover's Knot. This knot was chosen for Sandy and Waverly's ceremony because it is a knot which, when the ends of the separate strands are pulled, grows stronger instead of falling apart. Because knots are tied pretty much everywhere in the world, and because people fall in love pretty much everywhere in the world, there are, of course, multiple knots known as the True Lover's Knot. This seems fitting. Many types of love, many different ways to unite separate strands. Mr. Ashley notes that one of these many True Lover's Knots was once common for sailors' wedding rings, where gold wire was wrought to incorporate the True Lover's Knot, such that the resultant ring would comprise two tori, each flexible to move about the other, yet nevertheless inseparable. Another side note, tori is plural for torus. If you're not up on your geometry, suffice it to say that it involves three-dimensional space and a coplanar axis. Our world is full of wonders and mysteries. But back to Mr. Ashley's extremely precise yet sweetly poetic description. Each flexible to move about the other, yet nevertheless inseparable. That's what we're here today, to celebrate separate individuals joining themselves together in such a way that they are still themselves, flexible to move about the other, and yet inseparable, bound firmly together by love. And now comes the poem. If I tied a different knot each day, intertwining the strands as our days intertwine, it would take more than a decade with thousands of variations, some similar, but no two alike. Some so easy I could do it with my eyes closed, and some so complex I will scream and rage until the pattern becomes clear and the new knot binds the strands together. And when I was done, I would start all over again. Waverly and Sandy, please tie the knot. Sandy and Waverly, remember that this particular knot, when the ends are pulled, becomes so strong that the rope will break before it comes undone. Please pull the ends of your rope. May this knot remind you that the best relationships do not fall apart when life gets hard. They instead grow stronger. Waverly and Sandy, before these witnesses, you have pledged to be joined in marriage. You have now sealed this pledge with the knot tying ceremony, and you may now seal this ceremony with a kiss. It is my pleasure to present you to your family, friends, and a fairly unsuspecting world as Sandy and Waverly Saxon. That's good.